Well, welcome everybody. My name is Lee Drinkwine, and I am one of the senior event coordinators. And we want to, myself and Regina Aiken and Linda Williams would like to welcome you to Dancing Through the Decades, 75 Years, a Tradition Preserved. And the Hopkins Raspberry Festival Senior Ambassador Coronation this evening. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our generous sponsors for this evening, which is the Hopkins Activity Center, Susan Newville, Deb Vold, and Sharon Nelson. We could not do this event without you. Thank you. We would also like to thank Ridgepoint Senior Living and the Hopkins JCs this evening for helping us out. We also want to thank the Hopkins businesses and especially Baker Square for donating prizes and some of the raspberry pies that you'll have for tonight's dessert. And lastly, we would also like to recognize and thank Grayson's Berryland in Clear Lake, Minnesota for donating raspberries. A little bit more about our sponsors tonight. We all know the great job the Hopkins Activity Center does with Susan, Deb, and Sharon. And those of you that come here to the community or the senior center, how many of you here this evening came to game day? Well, thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed that day. I know a lot of people, great prizes. Doesn't the room look fabulous again? How many of you have seen this before? It's gorgeous in here. We want to thank everybody for their help that helped out again, and again, we could not do this without you. I'd also like to mention Ian and Kesa, Susan's children, and thank them for their help as well this evening. About our sponsor also, Ridgepoint Senior Living, it offers you the opportunity to remain involved and explore your interests. The community setting provides a complete range of activities and amenities to meet your social interest and to ensure a safe environment. Ridgepoint is conveniently located near shopping centers, Ridgedale Mall, restaurants, medical facilities, and cultural centers. About the JCs, I'm sure many of you know about them, but I'm just going to mention a few things about them. They've been part of our community for 59 years. They've run events such as Main Street Days, the Raspberry Street Dance, Bowling with Bunny, and also helped put together the skate park. Membership is open to men and women from 18 to 40. And we would especially like to thank the JCs again this evening for their help. Thank you. The Dick Macko Band probably doesn't need an introduction, but they're all ready to play for us tonight. And thank you, gentlemen. Starting off our first dance tonight is our current senior ambassadors. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Senior Queen Dodie Mord and Joseph Obermeyer. Joseph and Dodie are going to start us off on our first dance this evening. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight, I would like to thank Heartstrings Bridal here on Main Street in Hopkins for providing all our table and chair decorations tonight. They donated it. Welcome to our Raspberry Festival Senior Coronation. My name's Linda Williams. I'm a coordinator. And this is the part of tonight's program where Senior Ambassadors Doherty Mord and Joseph Obermeyer will say goodbye, and we get to announce our new senior royalty. At this time, I'd like to introduce our Senior Ambassador Joseph Obermeyer for his farewell speech.
Good evening, everybody. Are you having a good time? Now, what a great band Michael's band is. Well, I tell you, I have to make it short because I know you all like to dance. Whoops, forgot about the thing here. Well, it's been an interesting and fun-filled year with many activities, including about 24 parades. Sunday, rain will ever be over. I tell you, it warms my heart when I sit on the float and in front of me are these cute 4 kids waving enthusiastically to the crowd, smiling, even if it's sometimes a little bit hard to do when they are about 2 hours waiting till we could get going. But hey, they were brave, I have to say so. My applause to the girls and the boys. Now, when we sit on the float, Dodi and I, and we look backwards, at whom do we see? Heather and Tracy on the teeter-totter, going up and down, and then further back up, there is our crowning glory, our ever-smiling, beautiful Queen Abby. And I tell you, we hear all kinds of things on the float, but my gosh, some are very interesting, calls from the young man up to the float to all 3 beautiful girls. Now, I don't blame them. Listen, I was young once, you know. So this is just a great experience. Now, I have to look it up now. Wait a minute. Well, yeah, this coming to an end now, and I have to thank the board, the whole organization, the family members along to every trip we had, and altogether the Charlie, of course, and Abri. She should have been the first, Abri, because she is the one who is all behind it and makes it work with a lot of hard work. Abri, my thanks to you and to Charlie. And now, to the end now, I can't help it. I like to sing a little song. It's too bad it's in German, but later on. 3 lines. Auf Wiedersehen, auf Wiedersehen, bleibe nicht so lange fort, denn ohne dich ist in mid-year. Now, the translation. Farewell, farewell. Don't stay away too long. Life without you all is only had no, wait a minute. Life without you only has as nice. Farewell, farewell to you all. Thank you, everybody.
(2008-2009) Senior Ambassador Joseph Overmeyer. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Senior Ambassador Dodie Mord.
If I were to sing a song, it would be Thanks for the Memories. What a memorable year this has been. Never in my wildest imagination did I ever think I would be Raspberry royalty. I was honored to do so. Thanks to the many people that make this go. There's a whole team of people that make this roll along. Too many to mention. To our beautiful children, Lizzie, Cassie, Archer, and Ayush, I have not only seen you grow in stature, but I have also seen you grow in grace and confidence. I'm proud of you. To our Princess Stacy and Heather and Queen Abby, you are three hardworking women and dedicated to your full-time students, and you took on the responsibilities of the Raspberry Festival, which is very time-consuming. I am very proud to have served with you. And last but not least, my colorful and unpredictable companion, Joseph. I'm so happy you were at my side this year. It was more meaningful with you there. Now the time has come to pass the crown on to someone else. My wish for you is that your year is as grand as ours was. Don't forget us, and our Wiedersehen.
2008-2009 Senior Ambassador Dodie Mord. For 75 years, the Hopkins Raspberry Festival has been part of this community. During the Depression, this festival was used as a business booster for the farmers. At the time, raspberries were sold by the crate. The event was an informal gathering with a parade that featured a 40-piece marching band, clowns, and residents' trucks that were decorated with raspberries. In the 60s, the Queen and King were added. And by the way, raspberries are making a comeback now in the community. There's a new patch growing down by the Depot Coffee House. We have such a great legacy here in Hopkins, and we are the longest continuous running festival in Minnesota. I'd like to recognize some important people to our festival. First, our reigning royal family. Would you stand and wave? You've done a great job representing Hopkins this past year, and we thank you. The junior coronation will be tomorrow night right here at the Activity Center, starting at 7 o'clock with a reception, followed by some music so they can have a dance too. The young lady candidates are here tonight. Would you stand and wave? We wish them the best as they prepare for their coronation, which is Thursday night at 7 o'clock at the Hopkins Center for the Arts. The Royal Ball will be held immediately following the Grand March. We'd also like to introduce some important people within this great organization. Hopkins Raspberry Festival Director Jeff Dulac and President Charlie Yunker. And we have some more board members out there. Would you stand and wave? There's quite a few of us that make the festival work. I would like to also acknowledge some Hopkins Raspberry Festival past senior royalty. And when your name is called, would you please stand? Marilyn Johnson, 2006-2007. Joan DeCosse, 2005-2006. Carol Ann Carlson, 2004-2005. Annette Marie Paschel, 2003-2004. Joy Brinwall, 1995-96. And I think I got everybody, correct? Okay. Thank you for your involvement with the Raspberry Festival. We have an honored guest here tonight from our neighborhood, a neighbor in the St. Louis Park. Ladies and gentlemen, the newly crowned on June 18th, St. Louis Park Ambassador Debbie Blake. And we have another visitor tonight, Veronica Windsor, 2009-2010 Miss American Rose. Now it's time for the junior royalty to say some final words to our senior ambassadors, Dodie and Joseph, Junior Prince, Ayush Shrivastava. Nana?
Good evening. Thank you all for coming tonight. I am 2008-2009 Hopkins Raspberry Festival Junior Prince Ayush Shrivastava. I had a fun year being the Junior Prince for City of Hopkins. Senior Ambassadors Dodie and Joseph. Thanks for your smile and pictures. Dodie, thanks for adjusting my outfit so I look smart on the float. I was told to smile and wave on the float all the time. Thanks to Joseph for telling me I do not need to wave while nobody is around. Thank you.
Now I'd like to introduce Junior Princess Lizzie Siriani.
Hello, I am Lizzie Siriani, the 2008-2009 Hopkins Raspberry Festival Junior Princess. The past year was very fun for me, and I hope for my fellow royalty too. Dodie and Joseph, I remember in the Halloween parade when Dodie was the fairy godmother and Joseph was the coach with the glass slipper. It was so neat. Thank you both for a great year. You have been wonderful senior ambassadors and friends to my family and me. Good luck to the new senior ambassadors, and you have a lot of parades coming up, and a year that is sure to be full of fun.
I'd like to introduce Junior King Archie Brown.
Hello, my name is Archie Brown, and I am the 2008-2009 Junior King of the Hopkins Raspberry Festival. I'd like to say a few words about our senior king and queen, Joseph and Dodie. We had a lot of fun together on the float and off. They were always there to help the juniors if we needed it. And always had a smile for us. I especially like to remember driving home from St. Paul Winter Carnival telling knock-knock jokes in the back of the Massey's van. So thank you to Joseph and Dodie, and good luck to the next senior king and queen. Thank you.
I'd like to introduce the junior queen, Cassie Harris.
Hello, and thank you all for coming tonight. My name is Cassandra Harris, and I'm the 2008-2009 Hopkins Raspberry Festival Junior Queen. I would like to take a couple of minutes to say a few words about our senior ambassadors, Dodie and Joseph. Dodie, from the first time we met, after I was crowned, I thought you would be a nice person. I was right. I felt so bad when you backed into that float. I'm glad that neither you or Joseph was hurt. I've had a great year, thank you. Joseph, I love your smile and great laugh. You are so much fun to be with. Thank you.
And now some final thoughts from our young ladies.
I might be short, but I don't think I need this little stool here. Hello and good evening, everyone. My name is Stacy Lee Smith, and I'm the current Raspberry Festival Princess. When I was a sponsor, I obviously wasn't a sponsor. When I was a candidate, my sponsor was the Big Ten. So we're all here tonight to celebrate Joseph and Dodie's year, and I wanted to share with you guys the first time that I met them. I actually met them 1 year ago today as a candidate. They announced that it was going to be Queen Dodie and King Joseph, and I went over to congratulate them. And the first thing I ever heard Joseph say, he pokes Dodie and he says, "Dodie, I'll make you a deal this year. You can have the juniors this year. I'll take the young ladies." And from that statement just made the rest of the year. I knew that you two were going to be just such an adventurous bunch, and you have never let me down. Joseph and Dodie, you guys taught us dancing on top of a float, and you guys shared so many great stories before the parades, and we were truly blessed to have such great seniors, and I'm just so happy that I got to be a part of your life, and I'm really going to miss you guys. Mwah.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Hopkins Princess Heather Saar, and as a candidate, I was sponsored by the Hopkins American Legion. I'm sure you can all see what a beautiful coronation this is for two absolutely fabulous people. The Hopkins Royalty Program is a little different than some of the festivals that we've been to this year. We're lucky because we get to travel with a group of 9 people with 3 different generations. We've got the 3 young ladies, and then we have our juniors. And then at the other end of the spectrum, we have our very mature seniors. But Joseph doesn't like to use the term the older group. He likes to call them, ripened, which works great for raspberries. So we're glad to have the ripened crew as well. Getting to meet these 2 wonderful representatives over the year has really been a fabulous learning experience for me. You've both shared your lives with us and told us about, where you've traveled and about your children. And, Joseph, your stories about Germany were always fascinating, but really whatever comes out of your mouth is pretty fascinating, especially with that thick German accent. Dodie, you've always exuded such class, and we've really looked up to you. I don't know how you survived with your long-sleeve suit in, those hot July parades, but we really looked up to you a lot this year, so thank you. It's been wonderful learning from the 2 of you and spending the year together. I hope we can talk the 2 of you into running for Aquatennial, because you just look too good in that crown and have to give it up now. So we'll miss you very much. Thanks for everything.
Good evening, everybody. I am the Hopkins Raspberry Festival Queen, Abby Massey. Dodie and Joseph, where do I even begin? Let's just say I couldn't imagine this year without the 2 of you. I will never forget our wonderful memories that we have shared over the past year together. From the moment I heard Joseph introduce himself as part of the Hopkins Raspberry Festival tournament, I knew that this year would be filled with laughs and great times. Joseph, you truly are an exceptional senior ambassador, and I am so blessed to have had the opportunity to be royalty with you. I have learned so much, especially a lot about Germany. I think you are one of the best dancers I have ever met, except for my dad, of course. Thank you for always having that great smile. Dodie, you've always been my inspiration and my role model. I never knew how you could make me feel so beautiful on even those bad hair days. I'm going to miss you. I'm going to miss your sassy personality and your spunk. Dodie, you truly are the definition of class, and you are an amazing queen. I am so thankful that our lives have crossed paths. This is not goodbye, but instead I'll see you soon. I will forever cherish our memories together. You two are the best. Thank you.
My turn? Just talk into it. Hello, everyone. My name is Regina Aiken, and I'm one of the board members as well as one of the senior coordinators of this event. Now it comes time for us to introduce to you our new Hopkins Raspberry Festival senior ambassadors. Our candidates were nominated by their daughter. John is a graduate of Hopkins High School, class of 1948, and has lived on Excelsior Boulevard in Glen Lake for 14 years, 1936 executive director of the Raspberry Festival. As part of the founding committee that originated the idea of having a festival in Hopkins just to boost the local economy during the Depression. Florence Markham, John's mother, was a postmaster at the Hopkins post office in the 1930s and the 1940s. He met his lovely bride when he was in the Marine Corps based in Anaheim. Joan and her cousin Marlene drove across the country to find a summer job. That's pretty adventurous back in those days. They were given John's name to look up while they were on the West Coast, and the rest is history. They were married in 1953. Joan and John's youngest daughter, Nan, lives with her husband, Rick, in Oakwood Drive, Minnetonka. They have two granddaughters, Carolyn and Caitlin, and they also live in Minnetonka. They have two other sons, which I regret I do not remember their names. I apologize for that, but there's 4 children for them. Lynn is the daughter that lives in Massachusetts who nominated Joan and John, and that shares many great memories as a child. She enjoyed walking through the old country club market and back over to the former Hopkins High School, and then back out for a great cookout. This is a couple with deep roots in the Hopkins community, and their families will continue the tradition set for many generations to come. And now they have one more thing to celebrate, and that is that Mom and Dad, Grandma and Grandpa are now royalty and will be forever part of the Hopkins Raspberry Festival history. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives us great pleasure to present to you our 2009-2010 Senior Ambassadors, Joan and John Markham. Just wait. Just pick him up. Can you come up? While Joan and John are making their way to the stage, we want to thank everyone for coming tonight, and we're hoping that you're all enjoying yourselves. Soon after this part of the program, we'll be serving desserts and pies from Baker's Square and also some coffee. We'd also like to extend a big thank you to the big band sound of Dick Macco. And now comes the time for the crowning. captain of the ship right there. Ladies, ladies and gentlemen, your 2009-2010 senior ambassadors. We hope that you will stay and enjoy yourselves and quite possibly walk out of here with a diamond necklace donated by the Bongard family, a strand of pearls donated by Evergreen Jewelers, gift cards, movie packs, and lots more. But there's a catch. You must be present to win. Those prizes will be awarded at the end of our program tonight. That means at the end of the whole dance. The second half of our dance will begin in just a few minutes, and we would like to thank you all for coming, and we hope you have a wonderful evening, and please come out and see the festival. Thanks, everyone.